transport, energy and communication routes linking the South Caucasus, the Middle East and Central Asia. Its goal is simple yet transformative: to turn Armenia into a vital link connecting economies, ideas and peoples. We believe that economic cooperation and partnership are the most effective instrument for building trust, stability and lasting peace in our region. The themes of this year's summit: trade, industrialization, sustainability, climate action, innovation and inclusion align closely with Armenia's own economic agenda. They are the same. We are committed to integrating green growth, digital transformation and industrial modernization into our development strategy. And we see this forum as an exceptional opportunity to exchange best practices and explore joint initiatives with partners from every country. Armenia approaches international cooperation with openness and confidence. We welcome collaboration with India and with all countries represented in this summit on the basis of equality, mutual benefit and shared vision. Together, we can build sustainable supply chains, strengthen global and regional connectivity and unlock the full potential of international trade and investment. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I would like to reaffirm Armenia's readiness to engage in constructive partnership that advance shared prosperity and peace. The Partnership Summit reminds us that true progress comes not from competition, but from collaboration, from building bridges rather than barriers. Armenia stands ready to contribute to this common goal and to work hand in hand with all of you to create a more interconnected and sustainable future. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your comments and address. And now I therefore move to Canada and the Minister of International Trade, the Honorable Mr. Sidhu.
Well, thank you for that kind introduction. Hello, everyone. Bonjour et tous. Namaste. I'm delighted to be here in India for my first visit as Canada's Minister of International Trade. Minister Goyal, it was great to see you yesterday for a very productive meeting. And I want to thank you and, of course, Chief Minister Naidu for having us here today. I also want to thank the CII team, Director General Chandrajit Banerjee, and, of course, President Rajiv Memani, and your incredible team for bringing us all together. And a huge congratulations for your 30th summit. As you know, Canada, Prime Minister Mark Carney and I have set an ambitious target of doubling our non-US exports to the tune of $300 billion. Our new government is making big changes. We passed legislation in June to get big nation-building projects built faster. Projects that would typically take 10, 20, 30 years, we're going to get that done in 2 years in terms of permitting. That means ports, energy projects, critical mineral projects will be built faster in partnership with the provinces, territories, indigenous communities. We're welcoming investors from all around the world. We're welcoming close to the tune of $500 billion to get these big projects built faster, and we welcome Indian investors. In trade, Canada has been taking ambitious steps to achieve that goal, starting with diversifying our international trade portfolio and unlocking new markets for Canadian businesses. And as Dr. Ngozi said, rules-based trade must be protected, and Canada is seen as a reliable, stable trading partner and will always be seen that way to protect rules-based trade. Last month, I joined Prime Minister Carney at the ASEAN Summit because we believe that the Indo-Pacific region is an important partnership for Canada. To that end, you may have also heard Prime Minister applaud the progress Canada and India have made since he met with Prime Minister Modi at the G7 summit in Canada in June, and since my colleague Minister Nand was here last month. I'm here to continue that progress by strengthening trade and investment ties and helping Canadian businesses make connections with Indian partners. Indeed, the things that are being discussed at this summit, tech, AI, manufacturing, energy, critical minerals, sustainability, environment, and social safeguards inclusion are areas where Canadian firms have a lot of experience and can contribute to India's growth. In October, our countries laid out a roadmap focused on greater bilateral collaboration in many of these same areas and more, including infrastructure, digital innovation, agri-food, and reinforcing our partnership in education. And yesterday, we had a fruitful conversation on areas of collaboration and trade, as well as investment opportunities in both here in India and Canada. Minister Goyal and I launched the Canada-India Ministerial Dialogue on Trade and Investment to strengthen cooperation on our economic partnership. Minister Goyal, I think we can both agree that those discussions were very fruitful, and I look forward to having more of those with you. Those meetings and events like the summit not only help deepen our long-standing people-to-people ties, they also build on the strong trade and investment ties that we already have. Now, looking at the partnership list right behind me, many of the partners here that are supporting this summit have a footprint in Canada. Canadian institutional investors have put $107 billion into India. Canadian firms employ at least 50,000, while Indian investors in Canada employ thousands, and these figures keep growing every year. Two-way trade is steadily growing. In 2024 last year, our bilateral trade reached nearly 31 billion Canadian dollars, and there's much more room to grow. Looking ahead, I see a bright future. Our economies complement each other. Canada can provide the natural resources like energy and innovation to power India's growth. Together, and I really mean government and industry working hand in hand to carry this momentum forward. I understand the value of industry firsthand, as I spent 13 years working in international trade, and I know it will take our businesses to push our relationships forward and be our guiding North Star. Together, to borrow a cricket reference, hit a century and celebrate our shared success. Thank you, Dhanyavad, and enjoy the summit.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister, for that short and very crisp and direct message. Thank you. And I move to Mauritius and request the Honourable Minister of Commerce and Consumer Protection, the Honourable Mr. Sansui Sik, to give his remarks and address.
Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry of India, my good friend Honorable Piyush Goyal, distinguished ministers, excellencies, esteemed business leaders, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I address you today. Only a few months ago, at the 20th CII India-Africa Conclave in New Delhi, we stood together to reaffirm a vision of deeper partnership between India and Africa, anchored in trade, trust, and technology. That meeting was not a ceremonial exercise. It was the continuation of a journey that has, over the past 2 decades, reshaped how two regions of the global South engage with each other and with the world. Today, at the 30th CII Partnership Summit, we move from vision to execution, from frameworks to outcomes. When the conclave first convened in 2005, the world spoke of India-Africa as emerging regions of promise. Today, we no longer speak of promise, we speak of performance. Africa has become the fastest urbanizing continent, home to the world's youngest population. India stands as a global powerhouse in digital innovation and advanced manufacturing. and Mauritius has remained the trusted bridge between these two regions, connecting markets, investors, and aspiration across the Indian Ocean. Earlier this year, the visit of Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi to Mauritius marked a defining moment with the adoption of the India-Mauritius joint vision for an enhanced strategic partnership, reaffirming both governments' commitment to deepen collaboration in trade, investment, innovation, and financial services. This renewed framework underscores that our cooperation now extends beyond commerce. It is about building shared capacity and resilience across the Indian Ocean region. Mauritius has become the testing ground for this new architecture of trade between India and Africa. Indian enterprises today operate across our banking, ICT, construction, and energy sectors, while Mauritian investors are increasing their presence in India, particularly in financial and professional services. The relationship between India and Mauritius remains one of the enduring depth, building on trade, investment, and shared prosperity. Over the past 5 years, India has consistently ranked among the leading trading partners of Mauritius, representing about 11% of our total imports and standing as the third largest source of goods to the Mauritian markets. The volume of exports from India to Mauritius demonstrates the strength and stability of this partnership, valued at 646 million USD in 2023 and 766 million USD in 2024. India's top 5 exports to Mauritius include pharmaceuticals, cotton, cereals, motor vehicles, and mineral fuels. India also remains a key supplier of yarn and fabrics, which support Mauritius' textile and clothing industry, one of the backbones of our manufacturing sector. Conversely, Mauritian exports to India have steadily diversified from 24 million USD in 2019 to 46 million USD in 2024, comprising mainly medical devices, waste, and scrap of cast iron, aluminum, alloy, steel, and lead acid accumulators. Investment flows tells an equally compelling story. Cumulative FDI, equity inflows from India to Mauritius between April 2000 and March 2025 totaled to 180 billion USD, accounting for around 25% of India's total FDI inflows during that period. This partnership is reinforced by the strong institutional and corporate presence of India and Mauritius. Prominent Indian public sector enterprises, including the Bank of Baroda, Life Insurance Corporation, New India Assurance Corporation, Telecommunication Consultants India Limited, Indian Oil Mauritius Limited, Mahanagar Telephone Mauritius Limited, and the State Bank of India Mauritius Limited have established operations that go beyond commerce. Through their corporate social responsibility programs, these entities have contributed significantly to community development, education, and skills transfer in Mauritius. The human dimension of this partnership is equally strong. Over 26,000 Indian nationals and 14,300 overseas citizens of India live and work in Mauritius today, contributing to the social and professional fabric of our society. Meanwhile, 64 Indian companies have invested across key sectors, including healthcare, education, ICT, free port, logistics, and financial services, with renowned names such as Amity University, Infosys, Dr. Agarwal's Eye Hospital, and the Oberoi Group, playing a visible role in Mauritius' economic landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, government's forward-looking vision. Mauritius' new government program for 2025-2029 complement this renewed momentum. It outlines 6 priorities that align with the very themes of this summit. Number 1, a new economic model. Number 2, ocean economy. Number 3, food security and agro-industry. Number 4, green energy and climate diplomacy. Number 5, digital transformation. And number 6, consumer protection and fair markets. Each of these pillars is designed not only for national growth, but to strengthen our collective economic space, the India-Africa-Mauritius axis of shared prosperity. The recent state visit of the Prime Minister of Mauritius, Dr. Navin Chandra Rangulam, to India further deepened this momentum. It brought tangible outcomes from a special economic package worth 680 million USD, supporting infrastructure, health, and renewable energy products to new memoranda in science, education, and SME promotion. These outcomes testifies that our partnership continues to evolve from sentiments to substance, from shared heritage to shared prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, the message from Mauritius is clear. We are not competitors, we are connectors. Mauritius is ready to be the platform where African resources meet India's innovation and scale. African manufacturing expand through Indian investment, and Africa's young talent learns through India's experience, anchored in Mauritius' regional infrastructure, education, and finance. The themes of this summit, technology, trust, and trade, are not abstract for us. They reflect how Mauritius operates and what we offer. Access through trade agreements across 3 continents. Stability through sound governance and transparent regulation. Connectivity through maritime, digital, and financial networks. And above all, trust built through decades of partnership with India. We are now exploring with CII and partner countries the possibility of a Mauritius-India-Africa Business Innovation Forum, a standing platform to turn today's idea into tomorrow's project. Because it is no longer enough to talk about cooperation, we must operationalize it. As we mark 20 years since this conclave began, we can be proud of how far we have come, yet clear-eyed about how far we must still go. History will not remember the size of our economies, but the scale of our ambitions and the sincerity with which we build bridges across the Indian Ocean. Mauritius reaffirms its unwavering commitment to remain and to strengthen its role as India's closest, most reliable and forward-looking partner in Africa. Together, let us shape a new global architecture, one defined not by distance or dominance, but by cooperation, connectivity, and shared destiny. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And I now move to Nepal and the Minister of Industry, Commerce and Supplies, the Honorable Mr. Anil Kumar Sinha.
Excellency, Sri Piyush Goyal ji, Chair of the Summit and Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Excellency, Sri N. Chandrababu Naidu, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. Excellencies, the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I extend my sincere thanks for Your Excellency, Sri Piyush Goyal ji, Chair of this Summit and Minister of Commerce and Industry of Government of India, for cordial invitation to me to this vibrant summit. It is my pleasure to address this esteemed gathering at the 30th Partnership Summit in this beautiful city, Visakhapatnam, under the visionary leadership of Sri Chandrababu Naidu. I congratulate the Government of India, Government of Andhra Pradesh and Confederation of Indian Industries CII for organizing 30th edition of this summit, bringing diverse group of intellectuals and policymakers with a view of fostering partnership, collaboration and sharing potential growth and opportunities of mutual benefit. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Nepal highly values its strong and enduring relationship with India, a relationship deep-rooted in our shared history, cultural ties, open border, and economic interdependence. India is Nepal's largest trading partner, main transit providing country for trade access with third countries, and one of the largest source of foreign direct investment. We are impressed how India is working towards becoming the third largest economy in the world with high economic growth. These efforts will not only support to achieve the dream of vibrant Viksit Bharat of Indian people, but also to contribute to the economic transformation of this region. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, there is a profound shift in the global economy. Geopolitical alignment, supply chain restructuring, digitization, and sustainability imperatives are creating new opportunities and challenges for trade and industry. Technology also offers new modes of service exports, digital trade, e-commerce, and cross-border platforms, which help us to integrate into regional and global value chains. In the view of new geo-economic order, technology alone is not enough. Trust is the bedrock upon which trade and investment flourish. The theme of this summit, technology, trust, and trade navigating the new geo-economic order, resonates deeply with Nepal's need to achieve economic development as the country has now embarked onto the path of economic development and prosperity. On this occasion, let me allow to highlight a brief overview of Nepal's recent political change and economic development efforts made by the government to create enabling business and investment-friendly environment. Recent Gen Z movement in Nepal was unprecedented. Nepali youth raised a strong voice for more accountable, responsive, and corruption-free governance. This movement in Nepal has a clear message that our policies, programs, and actions should address the need of and aspirations of the youth. Responding to the call of the Gen Z movement, a new interim government has been formed under the leadership of Right Honorable Prime Minister Mrs. Sushila Karki. The House of Representatives has been dissolved and general election for federal level has been announced for 5th March 2026. At present, our government is committed to promoting accountable, responsive, and corruption-free governance, while keeping its main mandate, the election of the House of Representatives, at the center. Our Constitution has recognized the role of private sector as a key engine of economy. The government is committed to promote enabling business environment. As the Foreign Investment and Technology Transfer Act allows foreign companies or individuals to invest in almost all sectors except a very few listed sectors. Government of Nepal has implemented a fully online company administration management information system called CAMIS for the modernization of company administration and established a one-stop service center for facilitating registration and providing facilities to the investors. Nepal National Single Window has been implemented for facilitating international trade. Our commitment on multilateral, regional and bilateral trade agreements have made Nepal a most liberal and open market for international trade. Rising opportunities of software export, business process outsourcing, e-commerce, fintech, and digital services in Nepal shows comparative advantage in the information and communication technology sector. Our overall indicators of Nepal's economy are positive and progressive. Foreign investors investing in Nepal are getting higher rate of return with guaranteed repatriation of profit and capital of their investment. Nepal is graduating from LDC category status in November 2026. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, despite our negligible contribution to the carbon emission, we have been facing serious challenges of climate change. An integrated and collective adoption approach is required from mountains to the sea to avoid climate disaster. We are facing huge trade imbalance in the international trade. To face this perennial challenge, we need continuous cooperation and support from our trade partner countries. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we recognize the importance of foregoing partnerships that are built on trust, transparency, and mutual respect. It is through such collaborations that we can unlock the full potential of our economics and create sustainable opportunities for our people too. Nepal offers a wealth of opportunities in sectors such as tourism, hydropower, agriculture, information technology, and manufacturing. And many more can be explored are yet to be explored. We have immense potential in tourism sector for investment as we have possibility from Mount Everest, the world's highest peak, to Lumbini, the birthplace of Lord Buddha. Let us recognize that our theme is not abstract. The 3 T's, technology, trust and trade, is the trinity that will determine how countries like Nepal carve their place in the new geo-economic order. Nepal is committed to continue structural reform, building trade infrastructure and digital ecosystem, and creating enabling environment for commerce and industry. I invite business and investors from India and all around the globe to explore in these highly potential sectors and partner with us by bringing new technologies and expertise to materialize our shared goal of economic prosperity and inclusive growth. I am confident that the discussion and deliberations at this summit will pave the way for meaningful partnership that drive sustainable growth, innovation, technology transfer, and prosperity in our region. Together, let us embark on a journey of shared success and prosperity. At the end, I congratulate the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and CII for the excellent arrangement of this summit. I thank you all for your attention. I look forward to fruitful deliberations, productive partnership, and collective actions. Dhanyavad, namaskar.
Thank you very much, Sir, the Honorable Minister from Nepal. And it's now my turn to invite and request the Honorable Minister from Singapore, the Honorable Coordinating Minister for National Security and Minister for Home Affairs, His Excellency Mr. Shanmugam, to give his address.
Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Chandrababu Naidu, Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal, Ministers, Excellencies, business leaders, ladies and gentlemen. In the interest of time, I will skip some of my introductory remarks. This is a time of disruption to the world order. There is great uncertainty as to how the changes will work out. We in Singapore believe in the growth of India, and relations between India and Singapore are strong, and they are expanding in scope and depth. We have put in place a wide-ranging, comprehensive strategic partnership between our two countries. The India-Singapore Ministerial Roundtable, ISMR, and the India-Singapore Business Roundtable, ISBR, are now in their third year, and they are the structural mechanisms for the relationship between the two countries. And they underpin our cooperation in many areas, including what I would say the following pillars: sustainability, digitalization, skills development, connectivity, healthcare and medicine, and advanced manufacturing. And in these times of global uncertainty, where the global supply chains are being affected, global trade is being affected, strong ties between like-minded countries, either bilaterally or in groups, can help those who are involved to steer through the turbulence that all of us face. And between India and Singapore, our people-to-people ties, business-to-business ties are long-standing and they are extremely strong. Many Singaporeans have deep roots in India. Many Indian families have members who are either studying or working in Singapore. And many Singaporean companies are investing in India, doing good business with Indian partners, and vice versa. Last year, India attracted close to US $15 billion from investors in Singapore. That's 20% of all FDI into India. Yesterday, my colleague, Minister Gan Xiao Hang, visited the new AI SATS logistics park in Bengaluru. This development will give a boost to Indian companies in the export-import sector. Given our size, it is a challenge for us to be in all states in India. We focus on some states where the areas where we in Singapore do well have some relevance. Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Naidu, has been a strong advocate of close cooperation with Singapore, and as a result, we have had a very good, long-standing partnership, and we hope to do more with Andhra Pradesh, and it's a show of our faith and our deep interest, and the interest our companies are showing that we, Singapore, probably the smallest country represented here, has the biggest business delegation and led by two ministers. You know, Singapore, we are quite careful in how we spend our money. So this is a statement of intention. Later today, our respective governments will sign a memorandum of understanding to establish a framework of cooperation in sustainable urban governance, digital governance, human resource development, and sustainable economic development. We hope this MOU will support the realization of the vision of Swarna Andhra 2047 for a wealthy, happy, healthy state. In closing, I wish everyone a fruitful partnership summit, and we look forward to deepening cooperation with our partners, working more closely together for the benefit of our peoples. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for that very sharp, short and sweet message. Thank you. And I now request the Honorable Minister from Venezuela, the Minister of People's Power of Ecological Mining Development, His Excellency Hector Hernandez, to please address us.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Estimated ministers, authorities, colegas, and friends, good morning. Good afternoon. On behalf of President Nicolás Maduro and Vice President Delcy Rodriguez, I would like to thank the Honorable Excellency Minister Goyal for this cordial invitation to participate in this event, which stands on an important global platform to promoting cooperation and economic and trade issues at a time of profound geopolitical transformation. Our countries share a global vision and committed to ensuring the stability of the world economy. We highlight dialogue innovation, and balanced cooperation as the imperative to face the unique challenges and opportunities arising from the current context of global reconfiguration. Likewise, Latin American and Caribbean, particularly Venezuela, represent great potential oil, gas, minerals, and many other reserves. The region is positioned as an important energy supplier, capacity to meeting global demands, specifically that of India, which is projected to drive a 23% increase in global energy demand by 2015, due to this improved development. In the economy shared, our countries share more than 66 years of relation, marked by long-term cooperation based on the recognition of our complementations. Venezuela is an energy powerhouse, holding the world's largest oil reserve, over 303 billion barrels, and as well the world's ninth largest gas reserve. Our weight in the global energy matrix continues to grow, projected to the former by 2030-2050. Additionally, Venezuela represents a key player to the global mining industry, ranking among the top countries in metallic and non-metallic minerals, as well as rare earth deposit essential for the energy transition. We are confident that the cooperation with India will continue to strengthen, taking advantage of opportunity to expand the technical and productive capacity and forest technology enterprise within industrial space and our countries and Latin America, an essential contribution to building to multipolar world. It is also important to highlight to our country holds 2,700 certificate tons of gold and more than 5,000 additional tons paid to certificate. Likewise, we have 314 million tons of nickel, 1.6 billion tons of iron, 340 million tons of bauxite, and 1.1 billion tons of coal. India is emerging as global power by upholding this conviction that the world is one family. As one family, we must coexist without hegemonies, without empires, and without corporations' dictatorships. These visions align with the collective efforts of BRICS to promote the global development and growth. Brothers and sisters of India, the last partnership summit you address the importance of global cooperation to strengthen alliances and overcome challenges. Under this premise, Venezuela is here today to propose give you priority and Spain of the implementation of the new economy, trade, science, and technology politics adapt to a new international reality. Under the leadership of President Nicolás Maduro, the economy policy of the Bolivarian government continues to promote to the diversification and transformation of our economy. Venezuela is ready to receive investments and has the clear plan to directly to research, technology, and the offer to the externship the national market and expand our position in international markets. From Venezuela, we are reaffirm our commitment to advance a new initiative and industrial and productive projects to grow and development for our country, build our unity, solidarity, and complementary. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And now I move to the last panelist at this session, Excellency, the Executive Secretary of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission, the UNESCAP, and the Under Secretary General of the United Nations, Ms. Amalda.
Honorable Minister Sri Piyush Goyal, Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Naidu, Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, eminent business leaders, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to join you all at this very important CII Partnership Summit. At the outset, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister Sri Piyush Goyal for the invitation. I also would like to congratulate the Government of India, Ministry of Commerce Industry, the Confederation of India Industry, and the Government of Andhra Pradesh for this timely initiative. We gather at a very challenging time with persistent global headwinds and geopolitical disruptions affecting a country's development progress. Yet, amid this turbulence, India's economic performance is commendable. India's trade trajectory is characterized by a dual engine of growth, where the reliable services sector provides stability, while at the same time the merchandise sector undergoes a critical transformation. India consistently runs a substantial trade surplus in services. This growth is driven by high-value exports in IT and professional as well as digital consulting, which acts as the primary buffer against external shocks. The Indian economy continues to grow due to robust domestic demand and sustained capital investment, steadfastly on track to position itself to become the world's third largest economy by 2030. These are not mere statistics, they are a testament to being able to turn challenges into catalysts of seeing in adversity the seeds of innovation. The vision of Prime Minister Modi set a very clear agenda and roadmap for development and implemented by the action-oriented policies under your leadership, Honorable Minister Sri Piyush Goyal. The transformation of India's economy, supported by the alliance between government vision and industry ingenuity, government policy and infrastructure, together with industry's enterprise and execution, have created a fabric of resiliency and adaptability to weather global turbulence. Consider the pillars of this partnership, namely, the first one is infrastructure, which remains the backbone of economic dynamism of India's ambitious initiatives, such as the National Infrastructure Pipeline and the Gati Shakti Master Plan, exemplify how government foresight, backed by public-private partnership, can accelerate connectivity. When industry steps forward with cutting-edge technologies in smart cities and high-speed rail, India constructs corridors of commerce that links its 1.5 billion aspirations to the world's markets. In the Asia-Pacific region, where ESCAP champions regional integration, such models inspire. Our own efforts through the ASEAN Highway Network and the Trans-ASEAN Railway have shown that collaborative infrastructure can reduce trade costs by up to 30%, unlocking trillions in potential. Secondly is the digital frontier, where India is one of the global leaders. the Digital India campaign, propelled by government-led reforms in data governance and broadband expansion, has democratized access to technology for millions. Yet it is the industry's role through platforms such as the UPI, which processes billions of transactions seamlessly, that has catapulted India into a digital powerhouse. As we navigate the fourth industrial revolution, this partnership must evolve, in which governments must foster enabling regulations while industries invest in skilling the workforce for AI and cybersecurity. We see this as key to our region. Bridging the digital divide could add about $1.5 trillion to the region's GDP by 2030. India's model shows how proactive collaboration can make digital dividends inclusive, ensuring no one is left behind in the race to the cloud. And finally, the green transition is an imperative that tests our collective resolve on climate action. Government incentives such as the production link incentive scheme for renewables, coupled with industry's innovation in solar and electric mobility, are driving a just energy transition. Together, they are creating jobs, curbing emissions, and positioning India as a leader in sustainable manufacturing. Imagine green hydrogen hubs powered by partnerships that export clean tech to a decarbonizing world. In closing, we see that India's 6.5% trajectory, we see it as your invitation to collaborate and not to compete. Let government and industry be partners in building not walls of protectionism, but windows of possibility and opportunity. Thank you very much for your kind attention. I wish you all a very successful summit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your address, and really would be grateful to you for your continued engagement in the matters that you have raised. I now turn to our two chairs and co-chairs, and I'll first request our Honorable Minister for Commerce and Industry to give his comments and remarks. First, please. Yeah, you. Right. So thank you, Mr. Minister, and now may I therefore request Mr. Chandrababu Naidu Garu, the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, to make his comments, please.
Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, Chairman, 30th CII Partnership Summit, Shri Piyush Goyal ji, Honorable Ministers on the dais, Minister of Commerce and Industry of Republic of Angola, Oliveira, Honorable Minister of Economy, Armenia, His Excellency Papuan, Honorable Minister of International Trade, Canada, Honorable Mahendra Sindhu, Honorable Minister of Commerce and Consumer Protection, Mauritius, Honorable John Michael, Minister of Trade and Commerce and Civil Supplies, Nepal, Anil Kumar Simhaji, Honorable Minister, Singapore, Coordinating Minister of our National Security and Minister of Home Affairs, His Excellency Shanmugam Garu, Honorable Minister for Energy Law, His Excellency Hector, World Trade Organization Director General, Honorable Ivela, Under Secretary General, United Nations, Honorable Armida, and friends. We had elaborate speeches in the inaugural session. Today, I am very happy to receive so many delegates. Overall international registrations 560, and also diplomats 58 members, 13 different countries ambassadors, high commissioners, 4 deputy heads of missions, 5 consul generals, number of countries participation 62 countries. Asia alone 23 countries, and also Europe 20 countries, North America 2 countries, South America 5 countries, Africa 10 countries, Oceania 2 countries. And also I am very happy today highest delegation has come from Saudi Arabia, that is nearly 78 delegates, followed by Singapore 56 delegates, USA 52 delegates, Russia 50 delegates, UAE 40, UK 30, Australia 29, Germany 16, Sri Lanka 15, Japan 11, Canada 10. These are all the top countries which are representing more than 10. We are very happy. It is not only investment summit. As a matter of fact, these 2 days, nearly we are having 46 sessions. Even every year I used to go to Davos. In Davos, we can network, we can learn what is happening globally, and also we can have business. It is a win-win situation. Same thing here. Nearly 76 international experts are going to discuss on various subjects. According to me, learning and de-learning is a continuous process. World is moving very fast. Sometimes what you learned yesterday, it is irrelevant today. And also technology breakthroughs have come in a big way. So here we can offer to you in Andhra Pradesh, it is also another important issue I want to place before you. All 62 countries you attended here. Your trade delegations are here. If you can invest in India, in turn, all of us, even from India, will invest in different countries. That is the biggest harmony we can establish. We can understand each other, we will respect each other, and also in future we will live together. According to me, today we are seeing geopolitical situations. Even to maintain harmony, this is one way all of us has to work together. Even there are developing countries, there are developed countries, even small countries are doing extremely well. Even Singapore, even Dubai, their population is very small, but their best practices and also their achievements, if you can see, yes, recently I was in Dubai. They are planning very soon, within 1 year time, drone taxis. That is how things are happening. Even Singapore, from the beginning, they are helping us so many things. Even Amaravati master plan, they have planned extremely well. So these are all the best practices we can learn each other for global good and also mutual benefit. Here I can offer you Araku coffee you have tasted. Even just now I have served here one of the best coffee, organic coffee, produced in tribal area. Next time, I want to take all of you to tribal area for experience to have coffee in tribal gardens. That is coffee gardens itself, you can have coffee. It is not far away, 1 hour. We can have a break and then go on, or otherwise one evening, we can have a dinner in that area. And also if you can go through, we are very strong in aquaculture, horticulture. There we are going to produce our products with certification and traceability. That is how we are moving. Anybody wanted to learn natural farming, they can come. Or otherwise, you are doing better than us, we are prepared to learn from you. Green energy, this is a big breakthrough. Environmental sustainability, even microgrids, you can plan it. And also next level, we can go for green hydrogen, ammonia, and so many developments we can work together. And also minerals, it is a new area. Lot of things we have to learn each other for value addition. Even rare earth minerals are available in Andhra Pradesh. Anybody is having new technology or new ideas about it, we are prepared to work with them. This is another area. Ultimately, tourism. It is a big area. Everybody is worried now. AI, because of AI, we may lose jobs. To compensate jobs, only the sector, tourism sector. Even we are having long coastline, even excellent beaches, excellent sea cruises. Gandikota, it is similar or better than Grand Canyon, and also culinary tourism, one of the best food. You are all tasting now. Indian food is the best food. Anybody will come to India or anywhere in the world, we are having different types of food. Every state is different. Every cuisine is different. That is where we can provide one of the best food. And also Buddhist trails, one of the best place, even Buddhist circuits. And also temple circuits, one of the best. You can experience new experiences. What is our tradition? What is our legacy? What is our civilization? All these things we can learn with this. And also homestays we are promoting now in a big way. Anybody wanted to experience, go to tribal area, stay with them and learn their culture, their civilization, everything we can work with them. Even we are promoting experience centers, handicrafts, handloom. These are all the experience centers we are promoting in a big way. Now deep technology, I told you morning, earlier inaugural session. Now we have reached a stage in governance, data-driven governance. All data in data lake, either central government or state government, historical data, present data, everything on data lake. Then we are collecting real-time data, rainfall, temperature, humidity, groundwater, reservoir water, you name anything, around 45 parameters we are collecting real time through satellite, drone, CCTV cameras, sensors, everything. Ultimately, AI is the reality. Now, artificial intelligence, we can use it for everything. We can communicate real-time right solution. That is how things are happening. Now governments are competing with private sector. This is where we are doing in the direction. Recently we handled one cyclone. Prediction, preparedness, execution with team spirit. Everything has gone with seamless coordination. Human loss practically nil. And ultimately we are able to minimize even property loss also. This is where we are promoting data-driven decision making. Ultimately, every family we want to promote one entrepreneur. 25 years back, I promoted one family, one IT professional. Today, I can say proudly, any country, there are Indians, there are Telugu community from my province. They are earning highest per capita income. All these things happened 25 years because of knowledge economy. Now I am promoting one family, one entrepreneur. Every family, they have to use AI. Every family, they are having capacity, they have to produce use case. This is where we are promoting. To reach this, we are having Ratan Tata Innovation Hub and spoke model. State as a hub, 5 zones, 5 spoke model. Industry and also academic institutions, mentoring, venture capital, and everything we are integrating, different place, even banker. Ultimately, all nearly 50,000 acres of land is available for land bank. I am attaching to this. Any entrepreneur will come, he want to start a company. Immediately we will train him, we will give everything, plug and play also. That is where in future, to start a company in knowledge economy, distance is not the constraint. I can start a company by sitting in a remote area, anywhere in the world. It is only leadership we need, how to replicate, how to scale it up.
You had said prophecy. It has touched 200.
I am very happy. Morning I told you one example, stable government. India, Narendra Modi is only the man who is accepting globally, very strong leader, very stable leader. Morning I told NDA in Bihar is going to cross 200. Now we have crossed 200. That is what our ministry is showing. Now we can imagine, once it is stable government, we can take so many decisions. That is where I am appealing all of you. This 20th century belongs to India. And also, we are having inherent strengths. India always is, our Prime Minister is wishing global good. Even he is fighting on terrorism and also international peace, international prosperity, and also we have to work together, countries, trade missions, everybody has to work together. So these are all best opportunities are available. Better than this, you may not get any other place. It is a happening place. What all you wish, you start here. From then onwards, we will work together for win-win situation. Anyway, 2 days, we are all here. Ultimately, again, I am requesting you, you watch today and tomorrow. One takeaway you have to take for your success in future. Or otherwise, one good best practice you have to live here for our prosperity or for our future. This is what I want to request all of you. Learning and de-learning is a continuous process. I have to learn so many things from all of you. With this, so many delegates are here. we are nearer now. We are understanding each other and respect each other's culture, and also there are so many things we have to respect. Ultimately, it is for global good we are working. With this session, I am very happy. Today and tomorrow also we will be here. We will interact further and further, and also we will learn each other. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. The policymakers, the ministers, they've all mentioned about their vision, their thoughts of global trade. Industry and businesses have to take it forward. And with that, I'll ask Rajiv Bhimani, a quick concluding wrap-up by you as you thank our honorable ministers and policymakers as to how do you see this being taken forward by the businesses of India and the world.
Yeah, thank you very much. I know it's been a long morning, so I will be very rapid. Let me first thank everyone on the dais for very short, crisp, pointed remarks. Everyone laid out the USP, the proposition, and what came of their respective countries. And what came out clearly was that the recent global events have triggered a spate of deregulation. They have triggered a spate of ambition, and they have triggered a space of each country trying to build a new set of relationships, reinforcing old relationships. And I think that's the journey that India has been. And I must congratulate our Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister. We talked a lot about deregulation, but what he has done in terms of trade diversification, building new relationships, strengthening the existing relationships, reducing trade barriers, reducing other trade issues to facilitate and lubricate greater trade and investment. And on behalf of Indian industry, I would like to say the Indian industry today is at a very sweet spot, both given the opportunities in India, the dynamism of the financial markets, the strength of balance sheets, both of the financial institutions and industries, and also very keen to invest not only in India but invest globally. And the big themes that I thought that came out from all of you, apart from trade diversification strengthening, was around AI, new technology, around energy, particularly energy transition, metals and mining, around social infrastructure and advanced manufacturing. And they align very well where India wants to go, where Indian industry wants to go. So I'm very hopeful that this summit will give us a greater impetus to build stronger relationships and further trade and investments. Thank you very much, and thanks a lot once again for a wonderful session. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, after this photo opportunity, we will conclude this session. And I know it's rather late, but I invite all of you to join us for a quick lunch so that we can all come back and reconvene in this hall for our next session at 2:30. Request all of you to please come back after a quick lunch by 2:30, and we'll start our next session thereafter. Thank you very much.
yo creo que sí.
Go quickly by the time we are
Ladies and gentlemen, we are making some necessary changes in the hall. So may I request people seated at the back to kindly come forward and request you to kindly just bear with us for this inconvenience while we set up this room. People sitting at the back may please come forward and kindly bear with us for the inconvenience while we set up this room. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we regret the inconvenience of making the necessary changes in the hall and request all the delegates who are sitting in the back to kindly come forward. We regret the inconvenience caused in making the necessary changes in the plenary hall. Thank you.
Welcome to TVS Motor, the flagship of India-based TVS Group. TVS Motor is a globally recognized brand operating in over 80 countries across Central and South America, Africa, and Asia. We believe each market is unique, and we innovate relentlessly to create vehicles tailored to diverse terrains and consumer needs. From the challenging Dhaka Valley to the highest motorable roads, TVS delivers performance, reliability, and excellence. Our expansive product portfolio includes performance bikes, connected scooters, electric vehicles, commuter bikes, utility vehicles and three-wheelers, offering mobility solutions for every need. Since manufacturing our first two-wheeler in 1978, TVS Motor has been at the forefront of innovation, combining cutting-edge technology with deep consumer insights. Our milestones include India's first Bluetooth-enabled scooter, dual-platform FI technology, and the iQube, our advanced electric scooter equipped with telematics. Every vehicle embodies the TVS commitment to quality and performance, honed through rigorous testing and development, including on the racetrack with India's first company-owned race team. Our state-of-the-art factories symbolize the DNA of TVS Motor, combining design expertise, advanced production management, and global supplier partnerships. These facilities produce vehicles with precision and efficiency, ensuring world-class quality. To maintain our edge, over 400 professionals undergo continuous training at our corporate universities, supported by robust employee engagement and recognition programs. With 13 million services annually, contactless buying options, and connected apps like TVS Smart Connect, we prioritize seamless customer experiences. But the TVS is beyond mobility. Through the Srinivas Services Trust, our social arm, we work with communities and governments to empower the rural poor. By driving awareness, skill development, and training programs, SST has transformed countless lives, keeping the soul of TVS Motor alive and inspired. At the heart of TVS Motor lies the TVS Way, a philosophy of customer-centric innovation, exceptional quality, and the pursuit of excellence. This approach drives us to create products and experiences that redefine mobility for a connected future. Welcome to the TVS Way.
As India takes its place on the global
If rising temperatures are the result of our choices, can better choices rewrite the future? That is the question we ask ourselves every single day at EcoRem. The more greenhouse gases we emit into the atmosphere, the more the planet warms. Unless we reduce these emissions and return closer to pre-industrial levels, rising temperatures will continue to have a profound impact on our planet. Today, electricity and heat production are responsible for roughly 30% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Industries add another 24%. Agriculture, forestry, and land use account for 22%, and transportation contributes nearly.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a relaxing lunch break. And now we are back to our sessions. Warm welcome to our session on Gateway to Growth, the Trade and Investment Imperative. A very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to now extend a very warm welcome and invite on stage our session moderator, Mr. Narayanan Sethuraman, Co-Chairman, CII International Council and CII Trade Policy Council, and also the Managing Director of Sanmar Matrix Metals Limited. Please join me in extending a very warm welcome to him. May I please invite on stage our keynote speakers, Her Excellency Ms. Armida Salsaya Alice Jahabana, Executive Secretary, UN Economic and Social Commission, UNESCAP, and Under Secretary General of the United Nations. Please join me in extending a very warm welcome to her. His Excellency Mr. Min Min, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Commerce from Myanmar. His Excellency Mr. Pen Sovichit, Vice Minister, Ministry of Commerce from Cambodia. Mr. Tetsuya Watanabe, President, Economic Research Institute for ASEAN and East Asia, ERIA, from Indonesia. A very warm welcome to our panelists, Mr. Neeraj Gupta, Principal Investment Officer, International Finance Corporation India, IFC, and Ms. Natasha Majumdar, Director, South Asia, Amphori. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a very warm welcome to our eminent panel here. This session will highlight the actionable strategies to strengthen global value chains, attract investments, and foster long-term partnerships. And with these words, I will now hand it over to our session moderator, Mr. Narayan Sethuraman, and I request him to kindly make his opening remarks and to moderate this session. Over to you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's the first session after lunch, but promises to be a very interesting topic, especially in the current geopolitical scenario. With those comments, it's my pleasure to welcome Ms. Armida, Executive Secretary, UN Economic and Social Commission and Under Secretary General of the United Nations, His Excellency Mr. Min Min, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Commerce, Myanmar, His Excellency Mr. Sovichit, Vice Minister, Ministry of Commerce, Cambodia, Mr. Tetsuya Watanabe, President, Economic Research Institute for ASEAN and East Asia, Mr. Neeraj Gupta from IFC is the Chief Investment Officer, and Natasha Majumdar, who is the Director, South Asia for Amphori. Also welcome all of you here. It's a privilege and an honor to moderate this important session today. We gather here at a crucial juncture in India's trade and economic journey. Over the past decade, India has undertaken a series of transformative reforms, strengthened its export facilitation mechanisms, and deepened global partnerships. These efforts have positioned India as one of the most dynamic and resilient economies in the world. As mentioned, we meet at a moment when global supply chains are being redefined. You have heard this quite a bit in the morning plenaries too. Trade dynamics are evolving rapidly, and sustainability has become a central pillar of economic strategy. The challenges are many, but so are the opportunities. India stands at a pivotal moment at its economic trajectory. Our strategy for free trade and economic engagement reflects a multifaceted and inclusive approach, one that seeks to enhance global integration, while ensuring balance and sustainable development. With a vision of expanding and diversifying exports and markets, deepening participation in global value chains, India continues to focus on building partnerships that promote mutual growth and long-term resilience. Guided by the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, India's digital strategy continues to emphasize innovation, skill development, and entrepreneurship. These elements are essential to fostering inclusive progress and ensuring that the benefits of growth reach every segment of society. India's financial ecosystem also stands out as a model of innovation and inclusion. This evolution demonstrates how digital infrastructure can enhance efficiency, transparency, and participation, key ingredients for a thriving economy. While the opportunities are immense, the global trade and investment landscape also presents challenges that call for collective solutions. Recent tariff measures and trade frictions among major economies have underscored the importance of maintaining transparent, open, and rules-based trade to ensure stability and resilience in global value chains. It is imperative that economies continue to focus on fostering trust, strengthening standards cooperation, and promoting greater collaboration in innovation and technology. Mutual recognition of standards, smoother logistics connectivity, and responsible business practices will be the key enablers of the next phase of business growth. Today's session provides a valuable platform to deliberate on actionable strategies to enhance cross-border collaboration and investment linkages. We are privileged to have with us here an eminent and diverse panel representing different regions and perspectives. Their insights and experiences will be instrumental in helping us understand how trade-led growth and investment partnerships can be fostered in a rapidly changing global environment. With that, I would like to invite our esteemed panelists to share their insights and perspectives. Thank you once again for being here, and I'm looking forward to an engaging and productive session. Thank you very much. I now invite His Excellency Mr. Min Min, the Deputy Minister, Ministry of Commerce, Myanmar, to give his remarks.
Good afternoon, esteemed moderators, distinguished panelists, and honored guests. It is a profound privilege for the delegation of Myanmar to participate in this 30th Partnership Summit. I extend our sincerest appreciations to the government and the people of India and their gracious hospitalities and excellent arrangement for this important gathering. The title of this section, Gateway to Growth, resonates deeply with Myanmar. It reflects our national vision to serve as a dynamic land bridge connecting to the great economic engine of South Asia and Southeast Asia. By both geography and spirit, Myanmar stands as the crossroad of continental connectivity. Yet, being a gateway is not defined by location alone. It must be realized through visionary, sustainable, and mutually beneficial prosperity partnership. Myanmar and India share an enduring economic partnership rooted in story, culture, and trust. Our bilateral trade value over $1.6 billion in 2024 and 2025 year continues to expand, with India remains one of our top trading partners and currently ranks as the fourth largest. On the export front, Myanmar's agriculture sector has shown remarkable resilience. We are enhancing export of beans and pulses under the Memorandum of Understanding between the two governments, valid until 2026. Myanmar also export garment, wood products, fishery items, veneers, metals, rubbers, and turmeric to India. Meanwhile, import from India pharmaceuticals, chemicals, food products, cotton, machineries, and vehicles reflect strong industrial cooperations. Pharmaceutical in the particular account for the 60% of Myanmar's market, underscoring India's role as a trusted, affordable source of quality medicines. We organize that foreign direct investment in the engine of sustainable growth. Although inflows are fluctuated, India remains valued partner, ranking 11th with cumulative approved investment nearing $800 million as of September 2025. To strengthening investors' confidence, Myanmar's Investments Commission introduced the investment activities priority list in 2021, opening strategic sectors such as power generations, oil and gas, and manufacturing to foreign participation. We warmly invite Indian companies to seize these opportunities and join us in the advancing industrial transformations and sustainable energy development. Myanmar's goal is not simply growth, it's a sustainable prosperity. Trade and investments are the twin engines driving this vision as our economy transitions from a resource-based model to one that diversifies and knowledge-driven. We seek partnerships that are transformative, not merely transactional investments that create meaningful jobs, foster technologies, transfers, and strengthening value chain integration. Our visions of growth is inclusive, equitable, enduring, anchored in a shared prosperity for all. Our first strategy is to move up the global value chain with our partners, from agriculture to agri-business, with fertile land and proud agriculture heritage. Myanmar is the leading supplier of pulses and beans to India's and global markets. We now aim to evolve into modern agri-business, investing in processing, packaging, and logistics that add a value and benefit for both sides. From assembling advanced manufacturing, our garment and light manufacturing sectors have driven growth. The next step is to advance into higher value industries, machineries, electronics, and renewable energy components, areas ideal for the Myanmar-India collaborations. Our second strategy is to foster sustainable, stable, and predictable investment climate. Our special economic zones serve as integrated hubs for the trade, innovations, and logistics. They offer strategic locations, robust infrastructures, and investors-friendly frameworks to cross-border collaboration. Connectivities remain at the heart of the shared prosperity. Projects such as India-Myanmar-Thailand Trilateral Highway and the Caledon Multimodal Transit Project are not merely physical corridors. They are pathway to opportunity that reshape the regional economic landscape and reaffirm Myanmar's role as a true gateway from the South and Southeast Asia. In conclusion, Myanmar stands open not only for the business but for the partnership in the trusted sense. Our message is one shared opportunity and mutual progress. Together, we can transform this gateway to growth into the gateway to shared prosperity, a bridge connecting our people, our markets, and our futures. We warmly invite India's all our regional partners to work with us through this gateway. Shoulder to shoulder, we as we build the future as sustainable, inclusive, and mutual rewarding. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now request Mr. Watanabe to deliver his remarks.
Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very delighted to be here in the very vibrant city of Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. Very good afternoon. We are witnessing a period of profound transformation. Trade flows are slowing. Supply chains are fragmenting, and investment decisions are increasingly shaped by geopolitics and technology competition. For developing Asia, India and Southeast Asia in particular, this transformation poses challenges, but also opens new opportunities to expand domestic market, diversify markets, strengthen regional production networks, and build trusted partnership based on the complementarity. In this evolving landscape, India's economic transformation stands out. Guided by Prime Minister Modi's vision for trade and investment, India has pursued a balanced strategy of self-reliance and global integration, embodied in Make in India and self-reliance. These initiatives, combined with India's digital public infrastructure, such as UPI, ONDC, demonstrate how industrial policy and digital innovation can reinforce one another, fostering resilience, inclusion, and competitiveness. From a broader perspective, cooperation between India and Southeast Asia. Today, we have excellencies from Southeast Asia countries, and the wider global South will be essential in shaping more equitable and sustainable value chains. By aligning strategies, connecting digital systems, and investing in people, the global South can transform into becoming co-creators and of innovation and industrial capacity. In this context, India's transformation aligns closely with the growing dynamism of ASEAN, as both regions strive to strengthen regional integration and sustainable growth. At the recent India-ASEAN summit, Prime Minister Modi underlined the shared responsibility as partners representing nearly quarters of the world population to deepen cooperation under the ASEAN-India Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. Looking ahead, India and ASEAN partnership can serve as a stabilizing anchor, advancing open, balanced and rules-based economic cooperation while deepening connectivity through trade facilitation, logistics, digital infrastructure, building on ASEAN and India long-standing role at the heart of global value chains. To strengthen this foundation, India and ASEAN must move forward from policy alignment to deeper cooperation, connecting industries, technologies, and people. Cooperation should go beyond trade, encompassing joint manufacturing, technology co-creation, and human capital partnerships. ASEAN's strong production base and India's technological capacity can jointly drive progress in emerging sectors such as semiconductors, clean energy, advanced manufacturing, and critical minerals, while ensuring the resilience of global value chains. Equally, India and ASEAN can align their efforts in digital and energy transformation. India's UPI is a clear example of how digital infrastructure can connect economies and empower inclusion for small businesses and people. The upcoming ASEAN Digital Economy Framework Agreement, DIFA, also offers a timely opportunity to link ASEAN and India digital ecosystem, promoting interoperability, innovation, and sustainable digital trade. In energy area, my institute and the CII recently collaborate on the feasibility study for the ASEAN-India power grid. This is a concrete step toward realizing a shared vision of green interconnected growth. Ultimately, the true gateway to growth lies not in geography but in partnership and trust. Both India's transformation and ASEAN's integration show that sustainable growth can be achieved through openness, reform, and collaboration. AREA remains committed to supporting these regional efforts by providing evidence-based research, policy dialogue, and multi-stakeholder platform for cooperation. We believe that the deepening relationship between ASEAN and India will not only strengthen Asia's economic architecture, but also contribute more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable global economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I request Mr. Neeraj Gupta to deliver his remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Namaskaram. Delighted to be here in Visakhapatnam, city of tremendous opportunity, to discuss how trade and investment can serve truly as a gateway to growth for both India and Andhra Pradesh. I would also like to extend my heartiest gratitude to the organizers, the DPIIT, the Government of Andhra Pradesh, and of course CII. And very warm namaskaram to all the delegates, government officials, and industry leaders as well. I think India is at an inflection point, as one of the speakers mentioned before me, with transformative reforms, strategic free trade agreements, and digital innovation that is shaping the economy. And I think the global rapidly changing geopolitical environment, which was also referred to earlier, is also impacting our policies and shaping the policies of Government of India. Andhra Pradesh state also has set an ambitious path through its Industrial Development Policy 24-29 and the Swarn Andhra Pradesh Act 2047. It's a very ambitious vision, leveraging the almost 1,000 kilometers of coastline, infrastructure, and medium and small enterprises to boost major industrial and exports by the year 2047. A bit about the development gaps. I think we all know there's a significant gaps, but a few numbers quickly on the magnitude of the challenge facing India as a country and Andhra Pradesh as a fast, rapidly growing economy, state economy. So developing countries collectively, globally, they face a US $4 trillion funding gap annually on an annual basis just to comply with the Sustainable Development Goals. We know that public budget alone cannot close this gap, and therefore we need to crowd in private sector investments. And that's where the role of a lot of the industry leaders present here and CII as a platform for those industries has to play a big role. I've personally worked on cities, and we've recently worked with one of the cities in Andhra Pradesh. So Indian cities need a total of $2.4 trillion by 2050 just to come up to the level of sustainable service delivery to achieve their public service obligations and to develop resilient low carbon infrastructure. It far exceeds their current investments that they make on an annual basis. So that just reflects the significant challenge that's facing not just the governments at provincial levels or India at a country level, but also our cities, which are supposed to be engines of growth. And the ironical part is that private investment in these cities, which are economic hubs, it accounts for only 5%, both through PPPs as well as through private lending, commercial lending to cities. So we do need to pay more attention to these these stakeholders and ensure that the contribution by them, both economically and efficiency-wise, is scaled up multiple times. A bit about India's strategy reforms. I think speakers before me have referred to ONDC, UPI. I won't repeat that. But there are other parts of the ecosystem that I think the government is quite working in an integrated manner. Policies such as Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, the Viksit Bharat vision, the PM Gati Shakti and Swarnmala. I think all these building blocks in an integrated manner, they aim to improve infrastructure and logistics. They aim to cut costs. In the morning in another event, I was hearing that there was a recent study by NCAER which has estimated that logistics costs in India amount to a whopping almost 8% of GDP. The interesting part is this has come down quite significantly over the last few years, but it's still much, much higher than economies like China or Singapore or other East Asian economies. Forget about Western Europe. So we have a task ahead essentially. So with these forward-looking policies, India is well placed to be a trusted anchor for resilient growth and sustainable global value chains. Now, in terms of actionable strategies and the role that we can play, so we are part of the World Bank Group, but as one World Bank Group, the World Bank supports policy and institutional reforms. While IFC, we bring in private capital. We don't just bring in private capital, and we bring in private capital both to be deployed by the private sector, but also private capital directly to state-owned enterprises. And that's the role we recently played with the city of Visakhapatnam, where we've funded about $60 million for them to develop critical wastewater infrastructure, including wastewater recycling and reuse, without any government guarantee, without any state government or government of India guarantee. So it just demonstrates that even our cities, or at least the capable cities, can develop bankable projects or bankable structures which allow them to leverage private capital from development finance institutions such as ourselves. So together, World Bank and IFC can turn India's vision and Andhra Pradesh trade and investment ambitions into bankable and sustainable inclusive projects. And I think, again, the emphasis on the word bankable, because no private sector will want to put its money if it's not assured of a fair return, right? Subject to obviously certain degree of risk that each investor will take. And these projects could be bankable on their own, but I think equal importance needs to be given to making our entities bankable. Private sector wants to engage with entities, government counterpart entities, which are bankable, with a focus obviously on quality, resilient jobs, and livelihoods. Just to show that the importance we place on India as an economy, India is actually our largest portfolio globally. We have an exposure of $10.3 billion US dollars, which represents over 11% of our global portfolio. So just to put it into perspective, India as a shareholder in the World Bank Group has a voting right of about 4-5%, but it represents more than 10% of our global portfolio. In Andhra Pradesh, a lot of you will know, we've recently, the World Bank Group, along with our partners, Asian Development Bank, have supported the development of the new capital, Amaravati, in a very, very big way. And it also aligns directly with the Swarn Andhra Pradesh vision. I mentioned about the Vizag project. And we work across verticals, so not just direct investments into infrastructure like Amaravati or the Vizag wastewater recycling project. We work through financial intermediaries. So we've been working through financial institutions and microfinance institutions who have a very large footprint in Andhra Pradesh, especially catering to low-income households, women entrepreneurs, and MSMEs. We also work on manufacturing. So industries which are setting up base in Andhra Pradesh, in India, including foreign investors, we try and do what we call South-South partnerships. We bring in companies, international companies who are interested in setting up base in India, and we not just bring them in with, curating these partnerships, but we also are able to provide funding to them. I think finally, I heard that in the run-up to this event, MOUs worth $100 billion have already been signed. So just to say that these kind of events and platforms do help quite a lot in directly building local economy. And IFC, as part of the One World Bank group, we stand ready to partner with the Andhra Pradesh government and India's private sector and other key development partners to turn this movement into tangible outcomes. As I said, our modus operandi in emerging markets, the way we operate is through curating bankable projects. So if a private sector spots an opportunity, let's say it's a large renewable park in Andhra Pradesh, and they want to curate that project, we are able to come in and broker that partnership between the private sector and the government of Andhra Pradesh, and then ultimately deploy large-scale funding also. And our funding also, increasingly, we come in with the consortium. So it's consortium lending. We can put in equity. We can put in debt. But increasingly, we work largely through development partners. And together, our vision is to make trade and investment the true gateway for shared and sustainable growth for Andhra Pradesh, India, and the region. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I now request Natasha to deliver her remarks, please.
Well, distinguished panel, esteemed guests, colleagues, and friends, it is a pleasure for me to be here standing in front of you at the 30th CII Sustainable Partnership Summit 2025. This has been a forum that has consistently positively affected the trajectory of India's economic engagement. And our theme today, which talks about a gateway to growth, a trade and investment imperative, is very relevant and very timely. It could not be more opportune to speak about this because EU and India are today approaching the final stages or conclusions of a landmark free trade agreement. And let me say something or highlight something that the audience here already understands. And that is the fact that this free trade agreement is going to bring immense opportunity for both sides. There is absolutely no doubt that there is immense opportunity that will arise both in trade flows as well as investment flows. European companies are actively seeking to diversify their supply chain. They're looking to reduce their reliance on single region sourcing. And at the same time, they're looking to strengthen resilience against future disruptions. In this context, India stands very strong, and it does have an edge. It also indicates and stands for itself as a country with innovation, with opportunity, and this is not just for the scale in the market size as well as the workforce that India brings, but it is also for the reliability and capability of Indian producers. So in this regard, let us look at 6 factors that are going to be essential when we develop strategy or when we look at how to really capitalize upon the growth gateway. The first one being trade as a catalyst. The progressive removal of the EU tariffs, particularly in the sectors of agriculture, apparel and textile, which have traditionally been sectors with higher tariffs, above average tariffs, is going to bring in tremendous opportunity for impact on trade volumes. In this regard, it will encourage EU companies to look at India as a dynamic, competitive and high quality sourcing destination. We do have the opportunity to stand out as the sourcing destination. Indian producers, particularly those that rely upon domestic sourcing for raw materials like cotton will qualify and will meet the rules of origin requirements. This will give them an competitive advantage over preferential countries such as, or various economies such as Vietnam or Bangladesh. Bangladesh currently enjoys a GSP status, and this is expected to evolve. At the same time, we should also recognize that the agreement will expand India's access into the European goods and the European products. The high tariffs, which have historically prevented import of European goods in certain sectors, the reduction of these tariffs will now allow for more goods and opportunities to be available to Indian consumers and Indian businesses. This means we're going to have enhanced choices, we're going to have more quality options and more innovation. This drives us towards even more competitive an environment to stand out for ourselves. I want to next move upon the aspects of investment. I want to speak about investment here. This is a two-way street. Okay, the trade flows are not the only dimensions of this partnership, but investment flows will also be significantly impacted. We already see and know, and some of our panelists have also highlighted, that under the Make in India vision, we have seen European investors seeking in opportunities for manufacturing and innovation in India. The FTA can accelerate this by addressing the long-standing barriers that have made investment or operational setup cumbersome. When these factors are eased, then everyone wins. Whether it's the European investors or it is the Indian partners, but it's also the Indian local workforce and Indian people that stand to benefit in this regard. Thirdly, I'm going to touch about sustainability. This is the new imperative. There's no turning away over here. It is the journey ahead. It is the future. But let's look and understand why. Okay, EU companies, to put into perspective, EU companies today are operating under unprecedented scrutiny. They are driven by legislations such as CBAM, the deforestation regulations, and also the forthcoming forced labor rules. They also have expectations that they have to meet from consumers, investors, and civil society. So this means when the European firms are sourcing from or investing in India, they need reassurance that their supply chains uphold strong environmental and social standards. Many companies, including members of M4E, in this regard use strong and internal systems which are capable of identifying risks on labor conditions, occupational safety, discrimination, or environmental practices, all the way down to their supply chain. Now, with the best positioning of India with regards to sustainability, we will be able to seize the opportunities, okay, in maximizing the benefits of this FTA. This effort is not going to be easy, but it is necessary. And importantly, it will not only benefit business, but it is also going to benefit workers as well as communities. A very quick touch upon the shared role with the government. Okay, here it is also important that to understand that India has already made tremendous progress with regards to labor reforms, compliance structures, as well as digitization. But continued engagement, such as consideration of or considering the ratification of the remaining core ILO conventions, such as freedom of association and collective bargaining, will further strengthen India's case as trusted long-term economic partner. These are complex tasks in a vast and diverse country, no doubt. But they are also foundational to ensuring that the FTA is supported by all the necessary stakeholders in Europe. As endorsement from the 27 EU member states and the European Parliament will be essential and the next step. At a time of heightened political sensitivity, India's ability to demonstrate strong commitments on sustainability will help to secure broad and timely approval. We must also understand we do work in a competitive global landscape. Over here, it is worth noting that India is not the only country deepening ties with Europe. The EU has just concluded a comprehensive and enforceable trade and sustainability chapter with Indonesia and is in discussions with Thailand, which have produced similar outcome. These countries are also positioning themselves as responsible and attractive sourcing destinations for European business. India, with its scale and capabilities, should not just match, but also exceed these commitments. And lastly, let's look at the gateway to shared prosperity. As India continues to showcase its readiness, its openness and sustainability and investment facilitation, I do firmly believe that this FTA could become one of the most successful in EU's portfolio. It has the potential to unlock unprecedented trade, drive innovation, and enable sustainable industrial growth, thereby also empowering millions of workers. So the world is watching, and it is watching India rise with admiration. This FTA is more than a commercial document. It is a strategic bridge between economies that share values of democracy, innovation, and long-term partnership. Together, we can shape a future where trade and investment become engines of sustainable, inclusive, and resilient growth. Ladies and gentlemen, the gateway to growth is open. Let us step through it together. Thank you.
Thank you, Natasha. I now request Her Excellency Ms. Armida to deliver her keynote address.
Excellencies, business leaders, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you, and it is indeed my pleasure to join you again in this CII Partnership Summit, and especially in this particular session on Gateway to Growth, the Trade and Investment Imperative. By way of background, let me start by highlighting the two interconnected challenges faced by many countries in our region in sustaining long-term economic growth and development. The first one is the convergence of per capita income levels between developing countries and the world's frontier countries has decelerated, driven by slower labor productivity growth and the diminishing impacts of capital accumulation on productivity gains. Second, many countries in the region remain trapped in production activities with lower value addition, and it is becoming more difficult to upgrade into high value addition segments of global supply chains amid rising trade protectionism and fierce international competition on technologies. The answer to overcome these challenges lies in strategic trade and investment partnership, in forward-looking alliances that transcend borders, that ignite sustainable economic growth as well as development, and in forming network of free trade agreements that prioritize areas such as green technologies, digital infrastructure, and resilient supply chain. By forging deeper ties with like-minded partners through strategic free trade agreements, countries can diversify trade routes, mitigate risk from restriction, and channel investment into high-impact sectors. In the present global context and situation, it is of my view that for India, the gateway to growth can further be opened through continued policy reforms in areas such as ease of doing business, labor laws, and streamlining custom procedures and reducing logistical bottlenecks. Second, by fostering a vibrant innovation ecosystem, which is crucial for developing high-value products and services through increased investment in research and development, encouraging the creation of intellectual property, promoting collaboration between academia and industry, and supporting startups. And third, by investing in skills development and vocational training programs aligned with industry demand, will ensure a skilled workforce capable of supporting advanced manufacturing and digital services. Fourth, by adopting policies that promote green manufacturing, renewable energy, and sustainable supply chain, will align India with global environmental goals and open up new opportunities in the green economy. Fifth, by leveraging India's robust digital public infrastructure, such as the Aadhaar, UPI, and the Open Network for Digital Commerce, can further enhance trade efficiency and financial inclusion. And finally, by tapping into India's large domestic market, the country's 1.4 billion population, with increasing purchasing power, is one of the largest markets in the world. The government has taken initiatives such as Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is high time that in addition to facilitating FDI inflows, domestic investment are also facilitated to upscale the manufacturing and services sectors. The industry also starts to tap into the large domestic market, which will keep India's momentum of growth on the right path. With the above thoughts, I conclude, and thank you very much for your kind attention. I wish you all a very successful summit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for a very holistic address. I now request His Excellency, Mr. Sovichit, deliver his keynote address.
Good afternoon. I think all the speakers have exhausted all the idea that people need to absorb in order to get us a lesson learned or the fruitful discussion of this panel. For us, I think based on the theme of trade and investment imperative, we have to look a little bit closer how to cooperate and how to share together. This morning, distinguished panelists and ministers have paved the way for us on the particular factor to grow together through cooperation, through readiness, through platform of digital technology, and through investment. In this panel, we discussed how trade and investment would be. So first, my respect to Mr. Narayan Sethubraman, the co-chair, Confederation of Indian Industry, International Council, and CII, Trade Policy Council, and Managing Director. Excellency, Deputy Minister, esteemed speaker before me, Excellency, distinguished lady delegate, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure and privilege for me to be here to represent my Minister of Commerce, Excellency Chonwimul of the Kingdom of Cambodia in this 30 Partnership Summit 2025. And my pleasure to deliver the keynote address in this important session on trade growth, gateway to grow the trade and investment imperative. On behalf of the government of Cambodia, I wish to express my deep appreciation to the government of Republic of India, especially His Excellency Piyush Goyal, Minister of Commerce and Industry, in collaboration with the government of Andhra Pradesh and Confederation of Indian Industry, for the invitation for us to come to this event.
and to give opportunity for us to deliver the speech. As you may note that over the past decade, ASEAN and dialogue partners have made remarkable progress in transforming regional economy through trade openness, investment, facilitation, and regional integration. The evidence of partnership have been highlighted in a good result through South-South cooperation, Greater Mekong sub-region cooperation, which is fostering sustainable growth and shared prosperity among developing countries. However, the global economy is at a crossroad, facing shifting supply chain, technology transformation disruption, and urgent need for green and inclusive recovery. In this context, trade and investment cooperation stand as the most powerful engine to propel our region toward sustainability and shared growth. Cambodia firmly believes that strengthening trade and investment cooperation remains the most powerful driver for achieving equitable growth and create resilience in our region. In recent years, it became even more clear that prosperity of nations is closely connected in shared interests or mutual benefit in partnership among the nations. In this context, I wish to stress that India is the big market. India can be a hub that would promote cooperation or trade and investment between the nations in Asia. Maybe we don't say only South Asia, but also Southeast Asia. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, Cambodian emphasize on the factor of significant potential for successful promoting trade investment in the region through the following collaboration. First, trade must serve as a gateway to share prosperity among the nations, since the global economy has been rapidly changing. It should serve the purpose of facilitating the flow of goods, service, investment, labor, and technology transfer. By fostering trade through regional and global integration, we will be able to create inclusive and sustainable economic opportunity to overcome global uncertainty. As an ASEAN member state, Cambodia, in collaboration with other members, has solidified ASEAN position as the global economic force underpinned by robust growth, dynamic workforce, and progressive integration effort. For Cambodia, we have worked tirelessly to promote economic integration, reduce trade barriers, and strengthen connectivity in the region and the world through our integration into regional grouping and World Trade Organization. We believe that regional and global partnerships have boosted trade, attract investment, and stimulate economic growth. Cambodians continue to pursue an open, rule-based multilateral system, just mentioned by Director General of the WTO this morning. The necessity of rule-based multilateral system still be a strong mechanism to support trade. Our commitment to regional economic integration is reflected in our participation in regional comprehensive economic partnership. That's in this particular point, I strongly suggest that the more partners we will have, I think we can expand our trade much more better and larger. And our active role in ASEAN Economic Community framework, particularly ASEAN-Indian partnership as a vital pillar of our collective economic resilience. For this particular case, India's growing global role in technological capability and being a large market have complemented in ASEAN integration agenda. The progress have been made through mechanisms such as ASEAN-Indian Trade in Goods Agreement ASEAN-Indian Business Council and Plan of Action, which both sides are creating new pathways for trade, investment, and digital connectivity. For this year, 2025, ASEAN-India focuses on cooperation in areas such as digital transformation, supply chain resilience, and other cooperation. Cambodians support the ongoing review of the ASEAN Trade in Goods Agreement to make it more modern, inclusive, and responsive to emerging global reality. We encourage collaboration in MSME development, innovation ecosystem, and sustainable investment, particularly in sectors such as renewable energy, digital transformation, and infrastructure. We believe that partnership of deeper regional connection will unlock new market opportunity and strengthen the value chain that create prosperous linkage of our economy. Second, investment is the engine of transformation. The Royal Government of Cambodia adopt and implement the new law on investment and aim to boost foreign trade investment. We invite India partner looking at this opportunity to move to Cambodia with a market that could share the growth together. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, with these remarks, I feel that it is time that we all together can come to the new impetus and using this platform to move together. But last but not least, allow me to once again express my appreciation to the government of India, especially Minister of Commerce and Industry, and the government of Andhra Pradesh for inviting us to participate in this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As we are running a little behind schedule, we will not be able to take questions. I will now hand it back to.
Thank you, session moderator, for initiating those dialogues, and thank you to all our presenters. May we please request you to kindly present the mementos in your capacity as session chair for this particular session. Let's have a big round of applause for all our speakers, ladies and gentlemen. And I request you all to kindly remain with us. We will be immediately moving on to our next session, which is a fireside chat between the Director General of CII and the Director General of the World Trade Organization. It will be an interesting conversation. So we request you to please remain with us. Let's have a big round of applause. I know it's the later part of the day, but let's show some enthusiasm. Let's have a huge round of applause for all the speakers, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, I'll request session moderator to come forward with our speakers for a group photograph, and then we'll break for the next session. We request you to kindly remain with us. We'll just take a couple of minutes to make the necessary table arrangements, and we request you to please remain with us while we have the next session. May we request our delegates in the front to kindly take the